Tommy Lloyd said he was going to get to work today, and he meant it. Arizona gets a 2022 commitment from DylanAnderson, giving Arizona a 4-star, and Tommy Lloyd his first commit. I'm Allis, host of Wildcat Sports Report podcast, and doing a quick emergency video podcast here to just introduce DylanAnderson and the first commit. We're going to do a full podcast later on, breaking down this and a whole lot more. But if you're looking at instant success for Tommy Lloyd, he got it. DylanAnderson is a 7-footer out of Gilbert, a 4-star prospect. Had a bunch of interesting offers, including Gonzaga, Arizona, Creighton, Kansas, Michigan, and others were showing interest and may have offered as well. Anderson is a very intriguing prospect and a guy who fits kind of the bill of what I think Arizona fans want Lloyd to bring in, and that's immensely talented, yet somewhat prospect-driven recruits who might be here for more than a year. One thing to remember with Anderson, he was probably headed to Gonzaga, and then Lloyd gets the Arizona job. He really liked Arizona as well, and the fact that Lloyd is able to pull him in so quickly after being named head coach bodes well for the Wildcats. I think this also shows what good job the prior staff did with Anderson as well, though Arizona wasn't considered necessarily the favorite in the prior regime. They were right up there with some of these other schools, and when you bring Lloyd in along with maybe retaining some of the prior staff, whether that's Jason Terry, whether that's Jack Murphy, maybe both, I doubt it. There's been some rumblings that one or the other may be staying. I think you see how the prior relationships here at Arizona and with Lloyd at Gonzaga help bring this kid in. Again, he's a very intriguing prospect, a kid who needs to put on a little bit of weight, who's still developing offensively, but he moves really well for a 7-footer. He does a lot of good things on the court, especially around the basket, and I think you'll see that he's a player who can really develop in this system. If Lloyd is as good at developing talent as his reputation, then I think there's a very good chance that we'll see DylanAnderson live up to that high 4-star hype. He's a top 50 type player. Who, again, had a lot of interest from around the country, and going to see if Arizona can capitalize on Lloyd's development reputation, as well as reputation for bringing along players throughout their career. All I can say is it's a very good start for Arizona for the Tommy Lloyd era, and pretty exciting stuff happening in Tucson. One of the big questions was, would his recruiting success at Gonzaga translate to Arizona? And while we don't know if he's going to be able to retain much of this roster, we don't know exactly what this means for the 2021 class. At least we know the 2022 class is off to a good start for the Wildcats and for the Tommy Lloyd era. You've been listening to the Wildcat Sports Report podcast, or been watching the Wildcat Sports Report podcast. Bear down.